in honor of this wonderful season and the end of the year. Often, we give more money to charities, to our local church, to a homeless guy on the street. It makes us feel good. But this year, I want to ask you to stop all of that stuff. You need to make a gigantic, a generous, the biggest donation you can muster and give it to the federal government. Send all your money to the IRS by December 31st this year, because you know what? They need the money more than you. It's a simple fact. So we're in the midst of this inflation spiral, and the only way the government can deal with it is to stop printing money, which the Fed is doing. So they're hurting, and the federal government cannot maintain this tsunami of spending that they do without your money. And here's why I'm bringing this up. There was a survey taken before the midterm elections. I can't get it out of my head, so I got to talk about it. It revealed that 60% of Americans viewed the Inflation Reduction Act, and specifically the climate change policy part of that, $369 billion. 60% of Americans viewed that favorably. I guess that's why Democrats got elected in the midterm, because that's where you're going to get more of that crap. On top of that, 60% said they wanted even more money spent on climate change policy. And what was most astonishing to me, in the same survey, it revealed they didn't even know what was in the $369 billion that had been spent or is being spent. Truly incredible. Now, let me give you a suggestion on what your donation should be. At a minimum, $1,000 per person in your home. So if you're a family of 4, get $4,000 at a minimum to the IRS by the end of the year. And it really should be more. And where did I come up with that number? Well, there's over 330 million people in America. And so with $369 billion to get that much, a little over $1,000 a person is what it's going to take. Now, here is just the ridiculous thing I want you to understand about government spending. And the fact that you want more of it is just insane to me. I mean, come on, people, wake up. I'm not going to spend any more money, or I'm not going to send any to the federal government. Let me make that real clear. Government spending is atrocious. It is killing us. That's why we have inflation. So I'm against that. But since it makes you feel good, go for it. But here's what's crazy about that. Number one, you think you're saving the climate? I challenge you to tell me one thing is going to be different from all that money being spent. Will global temperatures come down at all? No. Some problem going to be fixed? Nope. Nothing. And who's going to get that money? Will somebody in need get that money? Not a single person. All that money goes to companies making green energy stuff, as well as middle upper class folks who are ready to buy a new electric car or throw solar panels on their roof. Guess what? The needy folks, they can't even think about that kind of stuff. And here's the great part about that $1,000 too. There's 37 million Americans living in poverty. That's men, women, and children. If you took that money that they gave to climate change and just wrote checks to these people, every person would have a check for over $10,000. Family of 4 would be $40,000. So I want you to send your money. Now I realize the government will waste it. No problems will be solved and not a soul will be helped. But hey, you will feel better.